Hello everyone and welcome to Ian's Bricks. I'm Ian and today I'm going to be talking about Brickheadz. As you can see, I've got a few Brickheadz. The Brickheadz were first introduced I think in 2017 and they've done quite a lot of them Lego. I think they were Lego's response to Funko Pops, which were very popular and still remain very popular. But obviously being Lego you have to sort of build these from scratch and have individual pieces. When they first came out, I have to say I wasn't really that impressed with them. I didn't particularly like them, but as you can see I have actually bought a few and built a few myself, which I quite like. Mainly the Christmas ones. As you can see I quite like them because they're quite small and I have a fireplace and I can sort of put them on a little ledge on my fireplace at Christmas time, which is nice. And I've got this one at the end which is kind of one of my favourites, which is the Mandalorian and the child or baby Yoda, so I really like that one. But for investment purposes I actually quite like Brickheadz as well. I've been buying quite a few recently, and there's a list of potentially retiring Brickhead sets that you can find on a website called BrickFanatics. As you can see from the list, most of the sets on there aren't licensed, but there are a few licensed sets on there, like halfway down 40496, the Voldemort, Nagini and Bellatrix, which is from Harry Potter, and you also have the Spice Girls tribute, Demogorgon and 11 from Stranger Things, Buzz Lightyear, and at the bottom there the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote as well. Lego do a lot of licensed Brickheads, so things like Star Wars and named characters and things like that. But they also sort of do lines of sort of non-licensed products, so say like their own Christmas items like Santa Claus and things like that. And recently they've been doing quite a few of these pets and things like that, which I quite like, but whether they'll be as successful as some of the licensed products we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, so these are the items that I have. So what I do want to show you are these items here, which are the sets, which are some of the sets, at least anyway, that should be retiring at the end of 22. And why, in my opinion, I think that some, if not most of these, should do quite well on the secondary market. So let's just talk through some of them first of all and tell you sort of my thoughts on why I've got them and why I sort of bought them and how well I think these will do. So on the right hand side here, basically we have, or your left hand side, my right hand side, is I've got these two sets here. So this is the Bride and the Groom Brickhead. We've got sets number 40383 and 40384. So they come separately, and the idea is it comes with lots and lots of pieces and you can build your own bride and groom. Personally, I don't think these will do particularly well on the secondary market. I think in the UK these retail at around about 11 or 12 pounds, I think, but they've been discounted on Lego.com quite a lot recently, and they also have been giving some away as free gifts on some of the voucher websites that we have in the UK, so that's why I've managed to pick up a few of these. So maybe not the best ones to invest in, but like most sort of Brickheads, they probably will still do okay. So one of my favourite ones that's retiring this year is this Harry Potter set here. This is the Lord Voldemort, Nagini and the Bellatrix. This is a set number, what is it, 40496. This hasn't been out that long, only a year and a short while. I don't know why they're retiring it, because I think it has been reasonably popular. I managed to get myself quite a few of these. Personally, I think this will do quite well on the secondary market. Sought after figures and also short shelf life, that's always a positive. One thing I forgot to mention so far is the majority of Brickheads in the UK are generally only available from Lego.com. They're kind of exclusive, so I'm sure there are other places around the world that do sell some of the Brickheads, not all of them, but generally, as a rule of thumb, they're reasonably difficult to get hold of outside of Lego circles. So this is another reason why I think they can be quite popular once they retire. But we'll have to sort of wait and see whether these do any good or not. So another one that we have here is one of the pets. Now, I've not really been that into the pets because I just don't think there's a lot of them. They're quite cute, they're quite nice, and value for money they're actually quite good because they're not tied into tied into anything like Harry Potter or Star Wars, they're kind of a reasonable price. I actually got this from one of these voucher websites. So when I placed my order with Lego, you go through the voucher codes, put the voucher code in, and I actually got this for free. So I don't mind getting Lego Brickheadz for free. But as to whether the pets are going to do particularly well, I'm not so sure. Some of them are reasonably more popular than others. Some of the dogs, the fish as well seem to do reasonably well, seem to be reasonably popular. But I'm not so sure about maybe this. But you know, again, I got it for free, so you know, it was win-win for me. Another one that I think will do very, very well is this here. So this is an individual one. It's the only individual one that I've got actually at the moment, but it's at 40552, and this is Buzz Lightyear. So why Lego have decided to retire this set this year, I don't know. It seems a little bit strange. They have a Woody and a Bo Peep figure which come in a, do they come in a 2-pack? Yes, they do come in a 2-pack. It's on the back of the box, which is why I'm looking. And they're not retiring, but the Buzz Lightyear is, and I think Buzz Lightyear is probably one of the more popular characters. Plus you have the Lightyear spin-off at the moment as well, so why they've decided to retire it I don't know, but again I think this one could do pretty well post-retirement, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Another one that they just released was this year or last year, 40559. This is the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. I really like the look of this one. I've so been tempted to open this and build it. It's a really nice looking set. But I just think this again, it's tied into Looney Tunes. It's very popular characters, even though I don't think there's anything out at the moment that that's sort of that's sort of promoting Roadrunner or Wile E. Coyote to sort of make it more popular. But I just think they're such popular figures that I think this will do quite well. And again, a very short shelf life on this one. And probably the next one, which will do the best out of all of these, will be this one here. This is from Stranger Things. This is 11 and the Demogorgon, set number 40549. Again, very, very short shelf life on this one. I don't know why Lego keep doing this with Stranger Things sets. They just released. They did the Upside Down house that retired. Then they bought this out. And then they're going to retire this. So no more Stranger Things. But again, the popularity of the season 4 of Stranger Things has been immense. And there is another season still to come in a year or two's time. So I think because of that, and because the original season, which I think this is what this is based on, this is sort of how 11 used to look in the very first season 1, with a pink dress that they dressed her up in to make her look normal back in the 80s. I think this will just do really, really well because it's an unusual set. And it's quite scary as well. I mean, all the teeth in the middle of the Demogorgon are pretty scary. So these are all the sets that are due to retire this year that I actually own at the moment. I've got multiples of a few of these actually, to be fair, because I just do think they'll do reasonably well. I've not got too many. I think the most I've got of anything, I think I've probably got about 7 or 8 of these. I've got about 6 or 7 of these as well because I keep getting them for free. And the rest of them, I think I've got 5 of the Demogorgons and the Stranger Things ones, just because you can only buy 5 from Lego.com, which is currently out of stock on Lego.com in the UK. I haven't been buying Brickheadz for that long. So why do I think they do well? Well, one of the sets I did manage to buy when it was out, and I think this retired in the end of 2021, maybe 2020. This is 75232. This is the Kylo Ren and Sith Trooper. So again, I paid full price for these. These were $17.99 in the UK. When I bought these, I bought them all from the Lego stores. But one thing, I have had a look into these, and at the moment on eBay, so eBay sold prices, these are going for around about £30 to £35. So they're pretty much doubled in value in less than 2 years, which is not a bad return on investment. I mean, look, I'm not going to be able to retire on that kind of money, but certainly they've been a very, very nice build. Again, I've really had to hold myself back from building one of these because I really, really like them. I think they're very, very interesting figures, some of the Brickheadz as well. Okay, so that hopefully got a few of these, so I'll be able to sell these at some of my upcoming fairs. As I mentioned earlier, Brickheadz first came out in 2017, and I wanted to look at some of the prices of some of the Brickheadz sets and how they have sort of increased in value since they have retired. So I didn't want to go through all of the Brickheadz. There's been well over 150 of them. That would take very, very long time. And some of the Brickheadz were things like Comic Con exclusives, which have gone up, obviously, as you would expect, a lot in value. Anything sort of on a very limited release does that. But I wanted to sort of specifically go through the sets that were readily available at the time and that you could sort of purchase from Lego.com. So the very, very first Brickhead, because they do number all of these, by the way. If you didn't know that, you see this one here is 94 and 95. So each Brickhead generally, I think, is numbered. I don't think these, no, the bride and the groom aren't. So you do get one or two that aren't numbered, strangely. Why they decide to do that, I don't know. But most of them are. So the very first one, number one, was Batman. That was set number 41585. It was released in 2017. In the UK, it had a value or a cost of £9.99. It was only on the shelves between March and December of 2017, so very short shelf life. I had a look on eBay, and what was quite interesting, I was having a look at eBay sell prices in the UK, and there did seem to be quite a variance in some of the prices that some of these sets were going for. But generally, as a rule of thumb, these were selling for between about £35 and £40 in new sealed conditions. So you can see that they've almost, 3.5, 4 times their original value. I mean, again, you're still only making, £20, £25 profit once you factor in fees and things like that from if you sell on eBay, but certainly if you had a few of these, if you bought a few of these at the time, it's only less than 5 years since they retired. 4 years in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 years, get my maths right. So it's still a reasonable return on investment for something like that. The next one I had a look at, I thought I'd have a look at one of the Star Wars ones, because obviously, as we know, that Star Wars generally does quite well. And it was the precursor to this set here, the Kylo Ren and the Trooper. Which way round is the front? There we are. I never can tell. I think that is there. There we go. So although we have Kylo Ren here in his sort of black suit with his helmet on, there was an original Kylo Ren which was number 26, set number 41603. This was from 2018, again retailed at £9.99 in the UK, and was on the shelves for between January and August of 2018. Now I was very, very surprised that this does not seem to do particularly well on the secondary market, whether it's because Kylo Ren as a character without his mask on isn't particularly popular maybe in Star Wars world, but yeah, these were going for between £12 and £20. So yeah, you could probably double your money on these, but you certainly, once you factor fees and things in, it's not going to be that great. So just be careful. Just because something's Star Wars and it's Brickheadz and it's got a short shelf life, just shows you that it doesn't always mean that something's going to do really, really well. It has to also have that sort of likability factor as well. So for whatever reason, that set hasn't been particularly popular. I mean, you're still not going to lose money on these, but you're certainly not going to make a fortune from them. The next one I looked at was number 29, which was the Valentines B. Lego do release quite a lot of seasonal sets and seasonal Brickheadz as well. You saw all my Christmas ones before. So they did this Valentines B back in 2018. It's set number 40270. And it was on the shelves between January and January of 2018, sorry, to December of 2019. So it's only been retired for nearly 3 years. Again, retailed at £9.99 in the UK. These were actually going for around about £20, which I was quite surprised about. Just to, they're going for a similar price to the Kylo Ren Star Wars Brickheadz, which retired a whole year earlier. So again, you know, they've doubled in money. I mean, once you take fees into account, you're not going to make huge profits from that. But it's nice to know that even the non-licensed products do okay once they've retired. But you're probably going to need to, you know, wait 2 or 3 years until they at least double in value, as you've seen in the case of the B. Another set that I then looked at was Harry Potter. I thought I'd have a look at Harry Potter because obviously I've got myself some Harry Potter brickheads here. This was the Harry Potter and Hedwig set from 2018, 41615. This was only on the shelves between apparently July and December of 2018 and retailed in the UK at £14.99. This one actually not as pricey as I would think, but one thing I will say that there was again a huge price variety of sold items from as low as £20 all the way up to £40. So whether the people that sold them at £20 maybe just didn't get their timing right on their eBay sales, or their explanation or their description right, I don't know what it was, but I'd be quite disappointed if I bought something for £15 and was selling it nearly 4 years later for £20. I think that's rubbish basically. £40 is much better, so if you can sell it for £40, that's great. Why it was going so low for some people, but yeah, there was quite a few low ones and some middle ones, some higher than that even, so there was a real sort of wide disparity in the sold prices on eBay. Don't know why that is, but that's what I found out when I looked at sell prices. The next one I want to look at is one that I really wish I'd bought some of, and this is the Mickey and Minnie. So these came in 2 separate sets. Mickey was set number 41624 and Minnie was set number 41625. They both retailed at £9.99 in the UK. They were only on shelves for a very short time between August and December of 2018. I don't know why these weren't on my radar at the time. I was Lego investing at that time. I wasn't buying any brickheads at that time, and maybe that was it. I just wasn't into brickheads and they weren't on my radar at all. So, you know, we can all make, you know, we can all miss things by not being aware of things. So these, as I say, were £9.99 in the UK each. So generally, there weren't that many sold items on eBay, and I think this particular set, even at the time, was very, very difficult to get hold of. So Mickey and Minnie being popular characters, short shelf life, and also even at the time very difficult to get hold of. These have absolutely skyrocketed in price. They are, well, the Mickey was going for sold price on an individual basis for around about £80, and the Minis were going for around about £70 to £80 sold prices. Quite a lot of people sell them together as a set of 2, and there was anything between £120 and £200. I mean, that's a ridiculous return on investment. You know, if you manage to get a few of those, you know, at the time, well done, because I didn't see that one coming on the Mickey and Minnie. So yeah, that's one I missed out. I'm hoping that in time that they will do different versions of Mickey and Minnie. I'd love to see the Fantasia version. I just absolutely love to see that. Whether they ever do one, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they're ones I missed out on. You know, it's one of those things. I would actually just like them for my personal collection anyway, but even the prices of the built ones, the second-hand ones that have been opened are, you know, 30 to 40 to 50 pounds. So yeah, it's not something I'm going to buy. I missed that one. You just move on. So it just sort of shows you that they can do really, really well. And as I've talked about before, this one here, just to give you the dates on this, so it came out in December of 2019 and retired at the end of the end of 2020, sorry, and these go for between £30 and £40 on eBay. £17.99 they cost, so again they've pretty much almost doubled in price in less than 2 years. So these have done really, really well, and a lot better than the original Kylo Ren without his mask on. So obviously people don't like Kylo Ren without his mask. Maybe that says something about the actor that plays him. Anyway, slightly awkward. Just one final one I wanted to look at here. This was a Lego Sheep, set number 40380. This is number 100. Why Lego didn't do something slightly more special for the 100th brickhead, I don't know. This was £9.99 again in the UK. and it was out on shelves between February of 2020 and December of 2021, and that was the sheep. Now I do know that some Lego stores in the UK were selling these off for, I think, £5.99, £6.99 at the beginning of this year. I didn't go into any Lego stores and I didn't see any at that price, so didn't get any, and I wasn't that bothered anyway. But even now they're going for between £10 and £15. So again, even a licensed set, which they obviously Lego probably had a lot of stock of and had to sell off at cheaper prices, even though the value hasn't increased that much, it's been less than a year really since they've been retired. But you know, if you can get 15 quid for them now, it just shows you that even the less desirable sets are still going to eventually go into profit. So you're not going to lose out whatever you buy. There we have it then. So that's my thoughts on Lego Brickheadz. As I say, this is something that I really wasn't interested in really when they first came out. And I think as time goes on, as they produce more of these, I've realised that there is actually, you know, for a Lego investor, this is something that you can make a little bit of money on. I think what's nice about these sets is they're collectible. They come in lots of different themes. So you have Star Wars, you have Harry Potter, you have like Looney Tunes, Stranger Things, Toy Story, loads of different themes. So whatever you like or dislike, there's plenty to choose from. They generally have reasonably short shelf lives. They're generally quite difficult to get hold of outside of Lego and Lego.com, you know, and also because of the size of them, if you do post and packing, if you sell them on eBay, then they're a lot easier to sort of post out than some of the really massive sets. Obviously you probably have to buy a few more of these, but they're easy to store as well. So I think for someone that's starting out in Lego investing and maybe doesn't have a lot of money to spend and can't afford all these sort of big high-end value items, I think if you pick the right Brickheadz, then I think there are, you know, you're on the right tracks basically. I think they're a good starting place to have, and certainly something as a small-time Lego investor, small to medium-time Lego investor like myself, I think these are certainly worth getting into, because I think that they've definitely got potential. Not all sets are going to do great. We've seen that Kylo Ren set from 2018-19 hasn't done particularly well. So not everything is going to increase in value by, you know, 200, 300, 400%. But then you get other sets as well, like the Mickey and Minnie Mouse, which have just gone absolutely crazy. So there is potential there. Yeah, I certainly think they're worth it. For me personally, I like them as a Lego investor, but as you can see, I've put all my my Brickheadz out as well. They're only really fun to build as well, and the ones I have built, I say they're generally the Christmas ones because I just kind of like them. They're just really fun and really interesting, and yeah, I just think they're great little things to have, and also they don't take up much space as well once you built them, so you can sort of display them. And I know people have all sorts of different displays where they've got rows of them. I mean, obviously I've only got a few, so I kind of leave them at the bottom of my shelf, but bottom of my cupboard. But I know a lot of people like to have them all and like to collect them all and display them all as well. Anyway, I hope you like my thoughts. What do you think of Brickheadz? Do you think they're worth investing in? Do you like them to build? What's your favourite one? Let me know in the comments. Please like as well and subscribe if you haven't already. That's always much appreciated. Thank you to all my subscribers as always. Thank you very much for watching my video, and until next time, we'll see you then. Take care.